All right, let's dive right in. When you picture a farmer or a veterinarian, what's the first image that pops into your head? Is it a classic red barn, maybe some overalls, or a cozy little clinic where a friendly vet is giving a puppy a shot? Well, get ready because we're about to completely overhaul that picture. The world of animal care and agriculture has gone through an absolutely massive, high-tech revolution. So let's start with this big question. What does it really mean to be an animal expert today? You can kind of throw those old stereotypes out the window. The reality is so much more complex, way more scientific, and honestly, just fascinating. So let's start where our food begins, on the modern farm.
Okay, first stop is the modern farm, which you might be surprised to hear often looks more like a Silicon Valley campus than you'd ever guess. This isn't just about planting seeds and hoping for rain anymore. Oh, no. It's about using some seriously sophisticated technology to manage every single step of the food production cycle.
And the sheer scale of this change is just wow. We've gone from a world of subsistence farming, where a family basically just grew what they needed to survive, to these enormous industrial operations. Today, the name of the game is maximizing efficiency on a massive scale, and that requires a totally different mindset and a whole new set of tools. You see, on the modern farm, data has pretty much become the most valuable crop. This is the whole idea behind what's called precision agriculture. We're talking about tractors that drive themselves using GPS, drones that fly over fields spotting problems before a human ever could. We've got sensors in the dirt telling a computer exactly how much water or fertilizer to use, literally down to the square inch. It is all about doing way more with way less. And this whole smarter approach also applies to how we deal with pests. Instead of just spraying chemicals and hoping for the best, the modern gold standard is integrated pest management, or IPM. The best way to think about it is like playing a strategic game of chess with nature. It's a sustainable approach that relies on a deep understanding of the local ecosystem to solve problems. And the process itself is what's so brilliant. It doesn't start with a spray can. It starts with just monitoring and identifying what's actually out there. Then you focus on prevention, using smart tactics like rotating crops. If that doesn't do the trick, maybe you introduce some natural predators, like releasing ladybugs to eat aphids. It's only after all that, as an absolute last resort, that you'd even consider a very targeted use of chemicals. It's all about being proactive, not reactive. So what about the animals? Well, raising livestock has become super specialized too. On one hand, you've got extensive systems, where animals like cattle and sheep have tons of space to graze. Then you've got intensive farming, which is all about maximizing production in highly controlled environments. And of course, there's organic farming, which puts a huge emphasis on animal welfare and bans things like routine antibiotics. Each one is its own complex world.
Now, this crazy tech leap isn't just happening out in the fields. It is completely transforming the vet's office too. We're moving way beyond the small local clinic and into these hubs of cutting-edge medical science. I mean, just look at this stuff. We're talking about telemedicine, so you can have a video consultation with your vet. We have artificial intelligence that helps diagnose diseases from an X-ray, sometimes faster and more accurately than a human can. There are wearable monitors, like a Fitbit for your dog, tracking their health in real time. And big data is being used to spot disease outbreaks across the country before they become a crisis. This is every bit as advanced as human medicine. And the types of patients have just exploded. It's not just about cats and dogs anymore. Vets are becoming specialists in exotic animals like parrots and reptiles. They're on the front lines rehabilitating injured wildlife. They're providing incredibly specialized care for farm animals, and even helping shelter pets with complex behavioral issues. The list just keeps growing. And because of that, the stakes are so much higher. A modern vet isn't just dealing with tummy aches and routine shots. They are running the equivalent of an animal ICU. They handle neonatal emergencies for newborns struggling to survive and treat polytraumatized patients, animals with multiple severe injuries. It's basically an animal ER. But with all of this new technology and all these new capabilities comes a whole new level of responsibility. The modern animal professional has to navigate some really tricky ethical territory, and that compass is something they have to check constantly. This quote, right here, really gets to the core of it. This is the tightrope they walk every single day. How do you balance the need to be productive and efficient with ensuring the animals in your care have a genuine quality of life? It's a tough question they're always asking. And asking that question has led to this huge new focus on welfare and sustainability.
It's about scientifically trying to figure out an animal's emotional well-being, not just its physical health. It means designing living spaces that let animals act, well, like animals. And it means looking at the bigger picture, from conserving resources to managing waste, to make sure we're protecting the planet too. So, when you put all of these pieces together, the crazy tech, the advanced medical knowledge, the deep ethical considerations, what kind of person do you get? Who is the modern animal professional?
Well, they have to be a top-notch scientist, a tech guru, a savvy business manager, a thoughtful ethicist, and a great teacher. They aren't just one of these things, they have to be all of them all at once. The job has morphed from a very specific practice into this incredibly demanding, multi-talented career.
And this is exactly why it matters to every single one of us. This isn't just about a few careers changing. The evolution of these professions is directly connected to the security of our food, the welfare of the animals we live with, and the long-term health of our entire planet. Which brings us to one last big thought to leave you with. We've seen just how much these roles have already changed. So as technology gets even more powerful and our ethical questions get even trickier, what will the next generation of these professionals look like? And who's going to be the one to step up and meet that challenge?